What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Mainly Movies, the channel where we talk about, well, mainly movies. So welcome back to another Halloween horror special, 80s edition. In this video, this is probably my most anticipated one out of all of the movies that I'm going to be talking about this month, because I watched it for the very first time in preparation and was one that I wasn't expecting to like as much as I did, and that movie is Hellraiser. So Hellraiser is about a couple who move into a house which was previously owned by the husband's recently deceased brother. They move in there, and after a spill of blood on the floor, it creates a portal which releases the brother from the world that he was in, from hell, releases him back into the real world, where his boneless, disgusting, skinless body, he manipulates the wife to kill men so he can slowly regain his humanity.
A nightmare. No. Unlike anything you have witnessed.
So that was actually kind of hard to explain the plot. But yeah, I'll kind of go through it more as we talk about it. But like I said, Hellraiser was a movie that I was really looking forward to watching, because I've actually heard surprisingly not much about Hellraiser. I know who Pinhead is. I've seen Pinhead in posters and t-shirts and everything, and it actually inspired me to get this Hellraiser shirt, which is awesome, and I'm glad it came before I did the review. And yeah, I just really like this. Now, I'm a big fan of the video game Dead by Daylight, and that was probably one of the biggest inspirations for me to start watching this movie, and probably the biggest inspiration for me to like focus on my Halloween horror special videos. Anyway, I was so excited to finally sit down and watch Hellraiser. And I didn't know anything about this film, and I think that was like the perfect way to watch them. I don't know what to expect with the sequels as well. I might eventually watch them. I mean, I have the box set here, which is this awesome Arrow Video box set, which comes with 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, Hellraiser, Hellbound Hellraiser 2, and Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. It comes with those ones, and I've had this Blu-ray for a very long time, and I still haven't even used that Blu-ray because I just watched the Arrow Video one. Hellraiser is incredible. Now, when I first watched it, I didn't know that Pinhead was actually not like the villain of the film. The villain is either the woman or the skinless brother who it's just terrifying. Now, this is a film that, talking about the kills is going to be awesome. But first, I want to talk about the scares, whether the movie's scary or not. This movie is actually quite terrifying in this very just disgusting and just ugh. But just the atmosphere of the movie is terrifying. When they move into the house and the wife first sees the brother just skinless and just in the corner like whoa, and he's in that was actually terrifying. This is a movie that still holds from 1987, so a year before Child's Play actually. This is a movie that still holds with its scares. I don't know what the sequels are like or anything, whether they just go batshit crazy or whatever. But this is a movie that I really enjoyed. I think Hellraiser is probably my favorite that I'm going to talk about throughout all of these films. It's very clever. I also like the puzzle aspect, where it's like that's how they unleash Cenobites, is what they call them. That's how they unleash the Cenobites. It's really interesting. Just the costume of Pinhead as well is really cool, and just the other Cenobites that you see, the girl one and the big fat one, is just like it's really cool. But yeah, this movie does like kind of give me like a bit of a chill down my spine. It's just got this really awesome creepy atmosphere to it, and that's what holds the scare even more to this day. But the gore, like more on the gore side than like the kills, just how gory and gruesome, and just like the practical effects in this film are awesome. Just like the use of makeup and all that. Clive Barker, who directed it, he knows, like, he has a vision for like this gothic sort of just crazy shit that like it's insane. Like the first time I was actually introduced to Clive Barker was a video game called Clive Barker's Jericho or something like that, and I remember playing the demo on Xbox 360, and yeah, I remember being like, Clive Barker, why is his name like standing out? And then I realized he was the creator of Hellraiser and probably many more things. I know he did like comics and stuff, wrote or done the art for comics, something like that. But I know he's associated with comics as well. And obviously Hellraiser is like his magnum opus. Well, at least that's what I think, and from what I've heard and stuff of Clive Barker, whenever I think of his name, I think of Hellraiser. But yeah, the gore is so just, well, especially in the third act when it just goes like completely crazy. The house is like just shit's just going everywhere and things are exploding. Like that is, and just how gory it is, and like the skinless like suit that they use for the brother in this movie is just, it's so creepy. And every time she kills somebody, like a little bit of his skin regains, and then he just comes like he was just like a ball of flesh. Then he slowly gets like his skin back and everything, and that's really cool. But also just when like the when Pinhead summons like the chains and they're just like pulling people apart, that's just crazy. And then obviously right at the end when they got that guy and he's just like, and they just rip him. Oh, that was insane. This movie is really cool. This is like early Saw. Like Saw was crazy and violent, and we all know that franchise to be violent. I'm not a big fan of the Saw franchise, but Hellraiser was like early Saw in like torture sort of. It has this torturous vibe to it, even though there's no torture in the film. It just has that torture violence where it's just so just like graphic, and there's a lot of close-ups on things, which is it's great. Like for a fan of horror movies, this is what I wanted. It also has a this is something that's really interesting is, and they probably ruin it with the sequels, is they don't explain a lot about the Cenobites. They don't even explain like the world that they're in, whether it's actually hell or if they're in some sort of other dimension or whatever. When you finally like figure out, all you know is just when you turn the puzzle, you just unleash them and you go into like a different dimension, and you have to like sort the puzzle out to finally get back to where you were. That's just cool, but they don't explain it, which makes it even better in a way. Like it's just kind of left to your imagination as to what you think everything is. And you're just kind of going along with the characters as well, because it's like they're like regular characters that just stumble into this madness, right? You're just kind of going with the characters. You only know as much as the characters know, which I like as well. But I feel like with the sequels, they're just going to go like way into the whole universe and all that, which will be interesting to see, but I like having a lot of things unknown. I was going to watch the other two movies after and just before making this video, but I just couldn't bring myself to it. I just want to keep the first movie, and then eventually I'll watch them, because I do have an idea for my next Halloween horror special next year, but that's a year away. I don't have to worry about that too much right now. But I think my favorite thing out of everything in this movie, more than the gore, more than the atmosphere, or even like just the way it's shot, I think it's the art design. It really, really stands out. Like you can tell they have a very, very clear vision as to what they wanted each Cenobite or each character and everything to look like. What the rooms, the kind of like the torturous rooms with all the chains you see. Like Clive Barker had a specific idea, and it's so like you can tell he has a passion for what he wants to show, and as violent and as gory and as it is, it's still like very, very impressive. To this day, I was very impressed after watching the movie. I was like, wow, there was a lot of effort put into the design, the costumes, just like the whole production was just, there was a lot of effort and a lot of love that went into it, and that's something I can appreciate as well. As if you look past the gore and all that, you can just see that there was a passion that the filmmakers wanted to pursue, which always impresses me, and something that I like to see as well. But yeah, I just love seeing the passion that people put into their work. But yeah, Hellraiser is a terrific horror film, one that I'm probably going to watch every Halloween from now on. It's really, really cool. I highly recommend you check it out. If you like gore, it's got that. If you like spooky, kind of creepy atmosphere, it's got that. If you love batshit crazy third acts, like it kind of reminded me of like the ending of Poltergeist, where it's just like the house and shit's just fucking flying everywhere. It just reminded me of that. and it's really cool. I love when movies just take a massive fucking turn, especially with the fact that the first 2 acts feel like kind of like a low budget attempt at a horror film because you barely see the Cenobites. That's one kind of minor issue I would have with the film, is like you don't see the Cenobites for a very long time, and then you barely see them. But when you do see them, it's awesome. But the third act is just like shit flying everywhere, and I love when movies just take that turn. But yeah, Hellraiser, it should be on your watch list for Halloween. It was on mine, and I loved it. I watched it for the first time. It's great, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. Actually, if you haven't seen it, why are you watching this video? I pretty much just spoiled a lot of shit in the film. If you have seen it, I hope you enjoyed it, because I really enjoyed it. I think it's like an essential horror movie now for me. And I'm looking forward to visiting some of the sequels as well. Don't know how impressed I'm going to be with them, but I was impressed with the first movie, and I'll just leave it at that for now. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.